4, 3, 2, 1.
You heard that intro because this show could be one big car crash. And some of you out there probably looked over your shoulder because you have a guilty conscience. You're probably driving with expired tags. You probably got drugs in your car. You probably just done something you should not have done. You heard the siren, you probably got scared. Don't be alarmed. You're listening to Stacy's Sports Bar. That's right, Stacy's Sports Bar. And you can check us out on the web at www.stacysports.com and click the link to Sports Bar.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is November the 17th, 2009, and we're in the Sports Bar, and I'm here with my co-host, Wild Bill. What's up, Wild Bill?
Hey, what's going on, man? A lot of stuff happened this past week, man. We got a special treat for our listeners today, too. It's going to be a good show.
Exactly. It'll be a great show. We have our surprise guest coming in. You guys are going to definitely know, treat, understatement. You'll see what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like I said, this was a dream weekend for a sports fan. I mean, I don't know where to start with favorite stories, but now what was your favorite story of the week?
Well, my favorite story of the week, it was if you were off the planet for some reason and didn't know, they weren't around anywhere this weekend, you would have missed one of the best fights ever. Well, I wouldn't say ever, but in a long time, Manny Pacquiao and Paquaio-Cotto. I'm glad I didn't pay for the fight, but it was a beatdown. I mean, it started out good. First 5 or 6 rounds, it was pretty competitive, but then Pacquiao just put the beat down on Cotto, knocked him down twice in the fight, and then they actually had to stop it due to a TKO with 55 seconds left in the 12th round.
Right.
They could have stopped it a couple times before that. It was just Cotto was bleeding profusely out of every orifice in his face. It just didn't look good at all. And this actually ended up being Pacquiao's 7th title in 7th different weight class, which makes him the first person ever to do that. Also, he retains the title of best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, which leads us to the biggest question in the boxing universe.
What's that?
Is when is he going to sign the contract to fight Floyd Mayweather? That's the biggest question.
That's
now.
the biggest question, and we wonder if that would ever happen.
It's from reading some of the preliminary reports. Pacquiao's camp is all for it. I mean, his manager is even talking smack, saying Pacquiao's going to beat him down, and he's not going to be De La Hoya. Mayweather can't handle him. And then Mayweather's camp they're kind of iffy on it because Mayweather's trying to play the role that it's a no-win situation for me. If I beat him, then I was supposed to beat him because I'm Mayweather and I'm bigger.
Oh no.
So that's the role he's playing. So they're still in talks. And also, Pacquiao's camp thinks that Mayweather is also trying to duck the fight because Mayweather is saying he's not going to fight for less than 65% of the gate.
Yes,
which is unheard of. No, nobody asks for that unless you're trying to get out. You're trying to get out of a fight.
Right.
That's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. They're looking at a projected date, if there is a fight, of either March or May.
May, because that's like traditionally how they do it, especially De La Hoya started at like a May 5th fight or that weekend.
Oh, yeah, that was a good weekend.
But yeah, I had a feeling that it would come down to this, Mayweather playing these games, and he probably, in his mind, thinks he's the best boxer pound for pound. That's probably one of the reasons why he's asking for so much.
Yeah, the thing to me is looking at both of them, I think Pacquiao would get it, man. I think Pacquiao is just too strong. He can take a punch, and Mayweather doesn't really have knockout power.
He doesn't.
So I think Manny would get him on that.
Right, and also with that, Mayweather is no longer the draw. I mean, he is a draw. I mean, he's Mayweather, but Pacquiao would walk in as the draw. Everybody's going to want to see Pacquiao now. I mean, they're estimating this, if it happens, to be the biggest pay-per-view ever,
would exceed Mayweather and De La Hoya now have the biggest pay-per-view ever. But these two going together, man, this is like Ali Frazier of our time. That's how big this would be.
And it will be crazy if all this Mayweather retirement stuff was fixed to set this up. I'm joking, it'll be crazy, but it's not so.
Shoot, he's saying he liked the time off, so got rejuvenated his body, made him fresher. But none of that really matters if he doesn't fight Pacquiao. I mean, the bottom line is if he doesn't fight him, he's going to go down as a ducker and dodge the biggest fight of his career.
Right, and then what's crazy about the whole thing is that a fight with Mosley would be most likely happen than Mayweather, because Mosley's also, I think he's the IBF champ, and that's the only belt that Pacquiao doesn't have. And then Mosley, he's ready to go. He wants to fight Mayweather or Pacquiao. I mean, he's not asking for a crazy amount of money. He just wanted to do it. Also, he's older. You want to get it over with. That's why I can see Mosley Pacquiao before Pacquiao Mayweather.
I think so. If Mayweather turns down Pacquiao, then he'll go for your Mosley. Yeah, like you said, Mosley just wants to fight.
Right.
I mean, he's got a fight coming up. I think it's in February. I can't remember the name of the guy he's fighting, but it's.
He has a good fight. He's fighting a guy named Berto. He's a
and it's on free TV too. It's not pay-per-view, so that's good.
Pretty good fighter. He's a good fighter. A lot of power. Young up and coming guy. And like I said, that should be good. But when it all comes down to it, I like Mosley because that guy's ready. I mean, he's ready to fight. He don't do all that jiving like Mayweather. Mayweather's all about image and looking good, pretty boy type deal.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just going to be funny, I guess, if you will, to see how Mayweather responds when he's got somebody in his face that's not scared and not backing down and is bringing it to him the whole fight. Because Pacquiao don't back down.
And then another thing, Mayweather likes to run and duck. He can't really run from Pacquiao because Pacquiao's pretty quick.
Pacquiao is just as quick, if not quicker, than Mayweather. So that's the dream matchup.
That's the dream matchup. That's why Mayweather, that's if it happens. But, let me tell you my favorite story. My favorite story is the USC beatdown.
Oh, gotta love it.
And what's sad about this beatdown is USC fans and the coach, they just can't admit that they are not a great team. I mean, they make excuses. They say what we do wrong. I mean, they make up all these different reasons. I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, you're not the team who you used to be, who you think you are. I mean,
you're not who you think you are.
They not. Yeah, what's that guy? They know who they think they are. Dennis Drake. Because I'm saying USC is not. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, there's a lot of excuses. Fans are mad, frustrated. Some even questioning Carroll. I don't think Carroll did anything wrong. It's just that he just don't have the talent that he had before.
Now, see, I'm not usually one to say I told you so, but at the beginning of the season, when I said USC would not be as good as people think, we got all these emails from USC fans and phone calls and everybody cussing me out saying I don't know what I'm talking about. It was obvious. They had about 8 people off the defense go to the draft. They have a freshman quarterback. They really don't have any stud wide receivers. And their one stud running back, McKnight, is only in there on, third downs.
Right. And then he fumbles the ball so much. I mean, you really can't, you really can't put a whole lot on him. But see, there's, all these different excuses, why USC did bad. But I have about 15, but I'm going to read 8 of them. I'm going to read 8 of them right now.
All right, break it down, brother.
Reason number 1 is the reason why SC has this 3-loss season and counting, and maybe 4, and maybe 5, is that Pac-10 is just a much better conference. I mean, they keep saying, we did poorly, we did bad. No, the Pac-10 is just a lot better. And then what's going on is a lot of these top recruits in the high school, they're getting smart. They're not fools. They're no dummies. They're not going to go to USC and ride the bench. They're saying, you know what, I'm going to go to Oregon. I'm going to go to Cal. I mean, the talent for California kids, they're going to other schools besides SC because they're seeing what happens now. You ride the bench. Okay, of course you may go pro, but sometimes you don't even get a chance to even be seen if you're on the bench. I think a big part of it, the Pac-10 is a lot better. Yeah. Another reason they lost and got beat down real bad is not enough credit is given to Stanford. These guys have been playing together for 3 years. They got chemistry. They know each other. And they even beat SC when they weren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
The SC fans are saying, oh, what we did wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. Stanford they just have more chemistry. SC may have more talent, better recruits, but Stanford, they just a better team. I mean, they just play better together.
It reminded me of when the Lakers had Kobe, Karl Malone, Gary Payton.
Right.
That they're more talented, but they weren't playing together as a team, so they got beat.
Right.
And that's exactly
how
what
it was. And another thing, I mean, SC fans, come on now. If you lose so many your top juniors in the draft like 2 years in a row, it's going to catch up with you. I mean, imagine if all those juniors like Sanchez, for example, would have stayed, and those other people who left, whose names I don't really remember. You guys would be a lot better. You guys just lost so much talent. I mean, of course this is going to happen. I mean, you can't expect miracles every year out of underclassmen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, eventually the well will run dry.
Yeah, and then, like I said, another reason, number 4, is they lost coaches. I mean, they lost some key coordinators. These are all pretty much new coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with new coaches, of course things are going to go wrong, and you're going to have hiccups.
And especially when you have your coaches leave your team to go coach other Pac-10 teams.
Yeah, I mean, they become your worst enemy because they know how to play you. And then here's another one. I just think they're overrated. How we mentioned already. I'm not going to sit here and diss them like most of my UCLA friends, just dissing them, saying they suck. I'm not going that far. SC's a good team, but they're not great and they're not spectacular. It's as simple as that. I mean, a good team is 3 or 4 losses. That's still a good team going to a bowl game, or you're slightly above average. You're not this spectacular team. You don't even have a quarterback, really. I mean, you have a freshman quarterback who is pretty good. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be great because you guys are already predicting how he's going to be great, but he is not great. You guys are already making him the Heisman for 2011.
He might have some potential to be Heisman caliber, and he's not going to. Now remember, he's not going to have much competition at quarterback next year because all the big quarterbacks this year are going into the draft. You got McCoy, Bradford, the guy up in Washington. They're all going in the draft, so he's not going to have much competition. But he's still going to have to perform. That's the bottom line, and he's not performing right now.
Exactly. And there's just so many other factors. And another thing, they really have no team leaders. I mean, everybody is like a mercenary. No chemistry. Everybody wants the ball. I mean, no go-to guys. I mean, it's disaster in the making. I mean, they just were not meant to be a powerhouse.
Again, that's what happens when you're losing people to the draft every year. I mean, it's a blessing and it's a curse. You go to USC, you can get drafted into the pros, but what's going to happen the next year? Like they lost 8 people on the defense of the pros this year. And they can't stop anybody now. Right,
and like I said, no superstars. And what is coincidence? We mentioned the word superstars. It looked like one of our guests are in the house. How you doing?
Now it's time for a break. When we come back, we're going to interview Riley and Nikki from the LA Temptation Lingerie Football Team. They will be playing at the LA Sports Arena on November the 27th. Go to stacysports.com for more information or go to ticketmaster.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our special guests in the house, the Lingerie Football Girls, Nikki and Riley. How you two doing?
Hey, good. Thanks. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
All right.
Now, you two have a key game coming up. You guys are close to making the playoffs. I guess you got to win the next 2 to officially make it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Which is pretty interesting. I know there's 10 teams, 2 divisions, and you guys have a tough opponent. I looked them up. They have like the best defense, but you guys have a great defense also.
Yeah, I think we have the best defense in the league right now, actually. So.
Wow. Okay, I like that.
Pretty good on that side.
For those that don't know, you guys on the Los Angeles Temptation. Who will you be playing this week? Or is it
Seattle Miss.
Seattle missed. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I did a little